and welcome to the City Council Special Session of June 29th, 2021. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Studley.
Here.
Councilmember Schuler.
Here.
Councilmember Patron.
Here.
Councilmember Hall.
Here.
Councilmember Nash.
Here.
Councilmember Foreman.
Here.
Councilmember Holman.
Here.
Councilmember Peacock. Mayor Clark.
Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. We have one item on tonight's agenda, and it's consideration of adoption, approval, amendment, and/or postponement of ordinance 2021-45 upon second and final reading. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Norman, Oklahoma, amending Section 7-103, Chapter 7 of the Code of the City of Norman, adding the definition of conversion therapy. Adding Section 7-111, prohibiting the practice of conversion therapy with a minor, and providing for the severability thereof. I'll entertain a motion to adopt or reject the ordinance on second reading, section by section.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. Before we begin comments tonight, I want to remind everyone to abide by the House rules throughout the meeting. Outbursts and/or interruptions will not be tolerated by any person, and I will have any person removed from the council chamber if that person commits any disorderly or disruptive behavior. I'd like to recognize Anthony Purinton, our Assistant City Attorney, to make a presentation.
Do we have a PowerPoint? There we go. Okay. That looks familiar. All right. So as we stated, we're here considering O-2021-45, ordinance prohibiting conversion therapy for minors. You guys have all heard this before, but I'll go through each change. That way everyone knows what we're talking about. Let's see. I'll get through the non-substantive changes first. Chapter 7, before this proposed amendment, used to be mainly concerned with anti-discrimination in public contexts. So in order to keep that as a kind of own, we decided to go and break Chapter 7 into 3 separate articles. Article 1st, which is found in most chapters anyway, is a general provision where you contain your definition and your statement of purpose. Article 2 would be created an anti-discrimination, which would house what was formerly the bulk of Chapter 7, and that way it's self-contained. And finally, we have Article 3, which is the newest addition that actually contains the conversion therapy changes that I'll talk about here in a minute. So keeping these, creating these articles separate also allows us to do 2 separate penalty provisions in Article 2 and Article 3. I'll talk about that more in a minute. So the first change to Chapter 7 would be the definition section. And the only addition we would have is the definition of conversion therapy. And this is a pretty